Thursday night baseball now from Oriole Park here in Baltimore. Tonight, the first of this 4-game weekend set between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles baseball is next. Jeff Hoffman, a right-hander from the Empire State, gets the starting assignment here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt. 5 full innings for this guy in his last one. You couldn't really consider that a powerhouse outing. He was able to get a no decision, but I'm sure he and the team are looking for a lot more in this one today.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, William Pride. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. Gets this one down. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. All told, 10 men come to the plate here. 6 of them score. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Tigers. In now for the O's, Melvin Fontaine coming into this one. His season home run total tops in the American League.
Melvin Fontaine.
First offering on its way. A bouncer up the middle. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Long throw to third, and he is in there.
Get the ball for this man. He needs to put that on the mantle. He's been struggling. The season hasn't gone according to plan, but he's staying pot committed and grinded out a nice knock.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Mario Vila, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Runner goes for second. Pitch outside. The throw. It bounces, but he's out. Nice play there to pick the throw and put the tag on quickly.
I think that steal attempt was all about trying to stay out of the inning-ending double play. But now there are 2 outs, so that makes getting that run home from third a lot more difficult. That's the risk you take.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Melvin Fontaine. He reached on a single in his first try. From the belt, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
This is absolutely a huge spot right here. They have to find a way to get something out of this half inning. I don't care if it's 1 run or 2 runs. You have to find a way to at least give yourself a little shot of confidence that you can get back into this one.
Hit in the air down the right field line, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off, got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
The 1-2. Popped him up. Austin backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. Ready once again, Melvin Fontaine. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. First pitch of the at-bat. Sent on the ground out to second. Reined in. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Orioles leave one. It's still an 8-1 ball game. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr.
And if you didn't know, he was recently awarded the American League Player of the Month award.
The 2-1 home.
1-1
Toward second. Fountain. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth. Ready for another shot now. Melvin Fontaine. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning.
Fountain.
First delivery to him on the way.
To short. Cicchini brings it in.
And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Orioles strand a couple. It's still an 8-1 ball game.
Well, just another day at the office for these guys. That stretches their winning streak to 5, and they're playing well in all 3 phases of the game. Pitching, fielding, and hitting. Who knows how long this will last?
9-1 is the way this one ends. Detroit came out swinging with a huge first inning that really set them up well. Lance McCullers gets to double digits with his 10th win of the year. Jeff Hoffman was slapped with 8 earned runs as he takes the loss. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Tigers.
Downtown Baltimore and Oriole Park on a Friday night. Tonight, game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. The Tigers have now won 5 consecutive games. They'll aim to continue their winning streak next. Eric Schmoll will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, one of the keys to this guy is throwing strikes. He's not a big strikeout pitcher, only averages less than 7 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. So he's more of a pitch-to-contact guy, and you'll know if he's on early. He needs to get quick outs early in counts.
Ready now for Baltimore. Melvin Fontaine, a real threat with the bat, of course, as he currently leads the American League in home runs. First offering on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Reyes is there for it. And that retires the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Coming to the plate now, Tom Sanchez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Cicchini on at first, nobody out. Runners off for second. The middle. And there's one down now.
All right, let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Orioles. And the guy who brought home gold last year resides at second base in this one today. The ability to pivot with anybody in the game, turn in double plays, hand over fist. The ability to have range both right and left, and makes all the routine plays.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jesus Urban is back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game.
1-1.
Run as he rolls over it to second. And that's the second out. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. The inning as it's sent out to second. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Digging in for his second at-bat, Melvin Fontaine. He flew out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Swing and a little tapper. That's a foul ball. Fontaine is unlike many of today's hitters in the sense that he doesn't have a lot of swing and miss in his approach at the plate. More often than not, he gets contact, and I'm sure that makes him a frustrating hitter to face from a pitcher's standpoint.
You know, he takes his chances when he has count leverage. Without question, 1-0, 2-0, you'll see this guy try and get nasty a little bit, but he stays within himself. He knows what his strengths are, and he tries to drive the ball right back where it came from.
Herman leads off second with nobody out. High in the air out towards shallow right. Bermudez waits on it. 1 down. Here's Tyler Austin now as we begin the top of the fourth.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Good time now to check out the Orioles Road to the Show report as you see a couple of guys in the upper levels that have been making waves of late. Ready for another chance, Gavin Cecchini.
Shortstop, Gavin Cecchini.
It's on the ground out to second. Fontaine has it. And there's out number 2. Digging in to try it again, Melvin Fontaine. He's got an opportunity here in a bases loaded situation and seems like the right man for the job.
I'd say so. He's the team leader in RBIs. Time for the right man in the right spot.
First delivery to him on the way. Heading out towards shallow right. Bermudez is there, and they'll avoid the big inning as he makes the catch, so just the 1 run scores here in the frame. Orioles settle for 1. We played 4 full. It's the Orioles 3 and the Tigers nothing. So striding forward now Melvin Fontaine.
Second baseman, Melvin Fontaine.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that's off his leg on the mound. Fortunately, he's able to stick with it and get the out at first. And that'll put an end to the inning. 1 left for the Orioles as they hold on to a 4-1 lead.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. The Orioles seal up their 30th win at home on the season. Eric Schmoll earns win number 7 on the season. Eddie Alvarez closes the door for the save, number 36 on the season. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Our final line score tonight. First.
On a warm summer afternoon, we're getting set for baseball from Oriole Park here in Baltimore. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game weekend set between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. It's Orioles baseball, and it's coming up next. Jamison Taillon, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Stepping up now, Melvin Fontaine coming into this one. His season home run total tops in the American League. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with 2 outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
So now the Oriole cleanup hitter, Bob Drysdale. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. The 1-2. This is hit the other way out toward left field. And that's going to fall. A base hit. The tag, and he is out at the plate. And so much for our first run of the ball game. So nothing in the Orioles' first. Second inning coming up from Baltimore. Striding in once again, Melvin Fontaine, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Here comes the first pitch. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Almora racing back. He's got it, and they get out of the jam unscathed. So they pick up no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. On now to the top of inning number 4. The Tigers lead it 1-0. Digging in once again, Melvin Fontaine. He flew out in his last at bat. First pitch of the at bat on its way. Hit sharply on the ground, and that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
Dan, that can't bother you too much as a pitcher. Guy swinging first pitch.
Now, one of the things you want to do, D-Rose, you have to try to get ahead with the first pitch. You want to throw one of the first 2 pitches for strikes. Unfortunately, sometimes when you bring the ball in the strike zone, you're bound to give up some base hits, but hopefully he can minimize the damage here.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Here's a pop-up now. Castro has a play, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. And now the designated hitter for the Orioles, Freddie Schuler. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Schuler.
Popped up. Doty over to his right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Orioles leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Digging in and looking for more, Thomas Bermudez. He singled his last time up.
Bermudez.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Takes this the other way to right, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Tigers strand a pair, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Next for the Tigers, Carmen Castro. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Castro.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Fontaine is to his right. Throw gets him. 2 down. Into the box, Melvin Fontaine, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Here's the first pitch to him. Tapper up the line. Castro is right there. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Next up for Detroit, Tyler Austin. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. His hit to third. Will it be 2? And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. So you can mark that one down as an E5.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
5-2 the final today. Detroit took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Damian Doty picks up his team-leading 13th win. Glenn James hammers down the save, his 27th of the campaign. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Tigers. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 9 men on base.
Sunday afternoon baseball from Baltimore. Today we wrap up this 4-game weekend series between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Leroy Wint, a native of Minnesota, gets the starting nod. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, his last start wasn't a particularly good one. Lasted 5 innings and ended up taking the loss. He's a much better pitcher than that, and I think he's looking to at least, hopefully, pitch into the 6th or 7th inning in this one.
So coming to the plate, Melvin Fontaine, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Pitch out. Nothing doing. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew working this one. Behind the plate is Eric Summersgill.
You know what, Dan? I'm always baffled when Eric Summersgill's behind the dish because he has a tendency to favor one side of the plate.
You know, that's one of the things I think pitchers get a little bit frustrated with the E-train at times. It's like, hey, if you're going to give me that inside quarter, give it to me, but don't keep moving the dish around on me all game.
And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. Palacios, base runner at first with 1 out. Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time. So, fellas, these Tigers, as they begin play here today, they're definitely in a nice stretch as they've won 6 of their last 7 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, this team finds itself with a huge lead, double digits right now, and climbing, playing really good baseball. Some people will say, oh, you don't want to have that big a lead, you start resting on your laurels. I look at it the other way, man. You've earned the right to kind of get some guys off their feet if the manager wants to. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. This team's focused and playing really good baseball. I would not worry about it. Keep pushing the throttle.
Pitch is a cold strike. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
fouled off. Contreras is over to take a look.
But that's going to get out of play and into the camera well.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
Skied into very shallow right.
Halfway.
Garcia will drift over to his left a few steps as he takes it for the second out. Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's coming off a nice month where he hit 8 home runs. That's like 2 every week. If you could throw out 2 every week, you're going to have big numbers at the end of the year, and that's what he did last month. It showed me a lot about who he is and the power he has.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. He popped out in his first trip. Out towards second. Fountain is there. Throw gets him, 2 down. So here's the cleanup hitter, Carmen Castro. He drew a walk his first time up.
Carmen Castro.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Oh, and maybe not as this ball's there. And I take it back. It won't end the inning. He's safe at first. At the plate, Melvin Fontaine. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Second baseman, Melvin Fontaine.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Hit sharply on the ground. Cicchini scoops it up, and a spin throw gets him at first. A fine play there for the first out. Stepping up to the plate, Melvin Fontaine. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
Melvin Fontaine.
First pitch of the at-bat. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
All right, you're up.
It swung out and missed. The throw is not close as he's in there with a stolen base.
One of the keys to stealing third is to get a big lead off a second, and that's just what happened, even though this catcher has a cannon for an arm.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. A little bouncer.
Hey, he looked like he was a little bit out in front on that breaking ball right there. The body can go a little bit. If he was able to keep his hands back a little bit, he might have been able to do some damage with that pitch.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Hit the other way out
Down
toward
the line,
right
down the
field.
line, pick up the
Reyes
ball.
takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Grounded to short. He's got it. There's one. On to first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. Home half of the 8th.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Detroit.
Striding in, Melvin Fontaine.
De Los Santos.
Now time is barked out by the home plate umpire. Here comes the first pitch. Very weakly on the ground, but that one rolls foul. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Belted deep center field. Almora racing back on the warning track. He makes the catch.
It's always nice to give your fans at home something to cheer about, and they definitely did that right here, coming through with a big win at home.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. The Baltimore Orioles took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Leroy Wint earned his 5th win of the year. Eddie Alvarez wraps it up for the save, his 37th of the year. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Orioles, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Tigers, 1 run, 7 hits.